I'm Vanessa Canby, and in this video I'm interviewing Vivian Mame Akosia-Sewa, and she has an incredible story. She went from selling in Makola market to now owning one of the biggest aluminium companies in Ghana, and she now also has a real estate company alongside a lot of other things. I'm Vanessa Canby, and here I am at El City Estates. We're in Southeast Airport, and I'm going to look at this beautiful home here. It's the Rose, but they also have a lot of different properties starting from 580,000, and this one is 750,000. And you can choose what you want. It's flexible. So let's check this one out. It's a 4-bedroom, 5-bathroom, and there's also a staff quarters at the back. So, you know, you can have a lot of people over to stay, and the rooms are huge. I can't wait for you to see it. Oh, and there's one thing: you can get 5% off the prices of these homes if you go through Cecil Global in the description below. If you click on them, they'll give you all the information you need to know.
I am Vivian, but interestingly, concerning the estates, they call me Mame Akosia-Sewa. This is a Ghanaian, development, correct.
Oh, great.
So I started this, interestingly, about 4 years ago.
Let's check it out. So when we enter, we have this huge driveway here that can fit multiple cars, and there's also a gate and security electric fence all the way around. There's even this covered space where you could put a car under this canopy here. When we open, we get to this huge open plan living space with a really high ceilings throughout, and there's also a guest toilet on this side for when you have people over, they can use those facilities. And then, wow, like I could literally do cartwheels in here. The ceiling is so high. There's a chandelier there, there's a chandelier here. The owner of this property, who did the interior design, obviously has exquisite taste. If we go back, you've done so many businesses and you're such a successful lady. Where did it all start for you? What was your first ever business?
Actually, I was dealing with any stuff that could sell: children's wear, plastic bags, toothpaste, mention them, anything that could sell.
Oh, you were selling it?
When I left school, interestingly, I lost my father early. And because of that, I have to help the family. And I have to just try and do what can be done easily. I think deep down, I was born with a gift of trade or business. Entrepreneurship, exactly. Because I could come up with anything possible. And it's sometimes interesting to know. You know, I remember when I was doing cornbread at a time when there was no flour in town. Oh, right. I could just turn the corn flour and bake bread for sale. I've done all that before. But fast forward it. What I did mainly that people really know me was I got into textiles. Okay. You know, initially I was buying and selling from around. I don't want to mention names to put myself into trouble. You know, I travel and bring few textiles and all that. Till in 1990, ATL invited me to be one of their major distributors. Oh, wow. You know, at the age of 30, actually. Oh, I became a major textile distributor for ATL Textiles.
Oh, that's great.
And that really picked me up from the trodden areas to that level. And I remember 1992, thereabout. According to the statistics in ATL, I rated second to Unilever at that time in distributing of textile, which I'm proud to mention
that's huge.
Yes. And just around that time, I also veered to do industry. I went into manufacturing of pots and pans. That's about 28 years ago.
It's a 5-acre development here. and they are building multiple homes. So if we check out this open plan living and dining space, here we get to the dining area. It's nice that you could, definitely host here. You could be eating your dinner here, chatting to people over there. It's a great entertaining space, and you can even see right through into the kitchen. Wow, look at the red cabinets. I've never ever seen this color of red on cabinets before, but it definitely brings a splash of color to the room. We also have this area here where you can sit and have your breakfast, and there's another little breakfast bar here where you could sit down and have, a thing or two in the morning. What made you get into manufacturing of pots and pans, or you just thought there's a market there that you can tap
it's difficult
into?
to talk now about my life because honestly, during my growing times, I went to do food and nutrition and did catering as well, and because of that, people couldn't ask me for. That time, it was not as common as now that there's buffet, there's takeaway, there's this. It was not there at that time. But friends will come and I cook for them. They said, oh, maybe we are having a meeting. Can you do some food for us, either sandwiches or something? And that promoted me in doing catering, offering the services away from home,
Okay, yeah.
And during that time, I needed a certain size of pot to do for 15 people. And I was not finding it on the market.
Oh, right.
So I went and I couldn't get any sizable pot that would look decent and attractive at the same time. So, well, I said, what is happening? Are there no pots in town? But I said, you'll be surprised. So an uncle of mine who used to, not really an uncle, but somebody from my mother's hometown came visiting, and then I told him, I'm looking for this pot because I know he worked with household things when he was in PZ or one of those companies. So she said, oh. I said, so we can't find, and he said, oh, no, we don't have that big size now. Once a while they do some big pots, but it's not regular. I said, can't I do pots? Can't I start manufacturing pots? It was just like chatting with you.
That.
Sweetheart, that's what happened. And within a year, I have already set up a manufacturing company.
That is, honestly, it's almost making me teary how incredible that is.
Yeah, you'll be surprised. I couldn't believe in myself. When I started, I was torn between my textile business and the manufacturing. And I started in a very small area. There were just 4 of us.
Okay.
The spinner, the polisher, there was one extra person, and myself. Because I was wondering if I could easily do manufacturing. I said, I remember before it started, I told my mother to let's go and pray because I was going to start the manufacturing business. And my mother got there and felt very disappointed. My mother said, oh, is this the way to start manufacturing? Is that the companies that we see? I said, please, don't worry. It's just the beginning. I just said, give me a year and you come and see what you want to see. Sweetheart, the sad thing is my mother did not live to the year and she passed on. But in 3 years after I started from North Industrial Area, I moved to Springtex Road, and that is the edifice that sits on Springtex Road, Russo Aluminium Company.
How many employees do you have now?
You see, it's an interesting thing. We have permanent ones now, about almost 40.
Wow.
And then we have the casuals who come in a few days and go. And, and then we have contractors that we hire for a period. And because you see, right now, some of them don't even want to work permanently.
Oh, right.
They're very good ones. And then interesting thing you would want to know is they were trained even in the factory.
Oh,
and later they said, oh yes, they are big men now, so they go out there, come and charge you per piece to make some good money.
Oh.
But that's all right,
Yeah.
because that is
That's
life.
business,
Yes,
yeah.
it's business. Yeah.
Just having a little tea in this tea area here at the bottom of the stairs. This is the 1-bedroom downstairs, which has an ensuite. Really good size, big rooms with a built-in wardrobe, and the ensuite is just over here. These switches actually are really unique. I've never seen these type of switches before, like long and thin with the gold and the silver. Okay, let's check out upstairs for the 3 bedrooms. When we get to the top of the stairs, there is this big seating area here, and there's also a bracket on the wall. So I guess this could be maybe used as a playroom, or you could even have, you know, another little table and chairs, or just for relaxing upstairs, a reading corner, and you could have a TV up there as well. This is the master bedroom. The room is huge. We've got room for a king-size bed, but also a seating area, and then there's another walk-in wardrobe over here. The windows in this house are actually tinted so that the heat doesn't come in as much as if they weren't tinted. I'm excited to see this walk-in wardrobe, and it's through the glass doors, so it gives the illusion that the room is actually this big as well. So this walk-in wardrobe has so many spaces to fit your shoes, your bags, and obviously your clothes as well. Wow, that's cool. It like spins around with your different things. Let's see the other 2 bedrooms upstairs here. This is the 3rd bedroom that we're seeing. Again, absolutely massive. You could probably actually fit 2 beds in here. And this is a king-size bed, and the king-size beds in Ghana are humongous, so you might even not be getting the real size of this room. And it also has an ensuite. Let's check out bedroom number 4. Bedroom number 4 again has a lot of space. So let's check out the outside spaces. There's some storage areas out here. And then an outside patio where you could have a table and chairs. And also a staff room in here. So if you had staff, they can stay in here. Still under construction. Okay, so now you have your real estate business. Mm-hmm. What made you get into real estate?
That's another big question. Looking back, what triggered it? I acquired a house in Dansuman, and I didn't like how it was. Okay. So I said, let me modernize it. Mm-hmm. How old was I at that time? Can I remember? That is, I bought that house almost 30 years ago. Yes, I think 30, because I've just had my anima, and I said, let me get a house, and the whole house, I almost pulled the whole house down. Wow. Because it was a big change after the house was completed. Mm-hmm. And I took it upon myself to do it. But before that, I was touching my mother's houses and doing small things. I remember the first time I started doing building, I was only 20 years old, and that is 40 plus years ago. Yeah.
Okay, so you've been into it for a very long time.
But I realized that I do textile drawing. You know, when I got into it here, I started designing my own textile for print and sale, you know. So I have over 300 designs to my credit, textile design. then I think I thought of it and realized that I could translate that into other designing, you know. Because when I finished the house in Dansoman, everybody fell in love with it. I had then started a house in McCarthy Hill. And I realized that the traffic and things hadn't, you know, heightened. But I realized that no, it could be a problem when Kaswa started growing very fast. So when I came to Dansoman, I decided to convert that into either a hotel or a guest house, some commercial building. That house was 5-bedroom house. And I was able to convert it to 22-bedroom house. I didn't even know I could do that. But the rooms are sizable. It's a guest house at the moment. It's only been put on hold because of COVID.
All right.
Yes,
that makes
but
sense.
it's active. It was doing very well. And, you know, right now we have to be careful what we do with the place. So these are some of the things that edged me on. Then I went into the sale of household items like, what do you call that? The accessories for the home, especially the bathrooms, the bathroom cubicles, the towels. I imported towels for sale and all sorts of things. I had a small shop in front of the factory.
Okay.
Yes, and then I started, you know, enjoying. Anytime I was choked in the mind with the industry. I decided, let me find something else to do. So I got into that, and friends coming, buyers coming, customers come, and sometimes there was one occasion, one guy from the US came, and he had started the building, and he brought a tiler. So he gave me the measurement of his house. And I said, how huge is your house? Because I showed him the shop where I was occupying. I said, this is even 100 square meter. But here you have 250 square meters for your sitting room, huge numbers. The kitchen, the bedrooms. The bedrooms were 120 square meters.
Wow.
And what I realized was, he didn't know much about measurement.
Okay.
And the tiler was just coining up with others to inflate whatever it was. So later he came to me and said, Madam, can you help me with my build? Because I have to travel back. I looked at him, I smiled, I said, okay, I will do that. So I finished his house for him. Then from there, I was introduced to finishing other houses. And then I started buying half plot, 1 plot, 2, 1 acre. He started developing.
So
you know,
here we are now in this estate.
In this estate.
What is the idea behind this estate?
This is my retirement work.
Oh, okay. Some people want to retire on the beach. You want to retire to
I want to retire with construction. I was telling others that it's interesting that construction, if you are personally involved, it's a lot of work done, even the manufacturing.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I'm enjoying this because it comes with a lot of art. And I enjoy artwork.
Okay.
You know, I was not even going to create a model home, but because I enjoy artwork, I just said, let me just go in. I mean, when I travel out, I pick all sorts of things from different places. I mean, I got some from Turkey, I got some from Dubai. I bought a few things from the US. For China is another home of mine. And I keep picking things left, right, center. And putting them together excites me, you know.
Yeah.
My own home, people come there and realize, oh, we decorated this house. I said, nobody but me sitting here. You understand? So I've enjoyed, you know, getting involved with all that is happening. And you see, when I finished the first row, which is not totally done, but almost done, I mean, that is, we call that road Jehovah Shammah, actually, the first.
Where the Gold House is.
The Gold House Road, yes. And I stood there once, I was praying outside. I couldn't stop thanking God for letting me do what I'm doing. You know, my architects come and they say, oh, but mommy, you can do what you're doing. As for us, we are just passing by. I say, you can't pass by. Come and, I said, I always say, find the faults, then we'll correct them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, as for what is good, you can see it from afar. But sometimes when you decide to scratch it, you might find issues. And they all seems to be happy with me, you know, and they're always surprised that, I mean, so as somebody will say 1 man 1,000, but I'm still on.
So for anybody wanting to start business in Ghana, which business that you've had has been the most fruitful for you?
My dear, it's interesting to talk about fruitfulness because, you know, almost all the businesses I've done, I realized people had come in and had left.
Okay.
And no, I mean, the aluminium factory, if you go now and go to Aluex, where we were all taking the raw materials from initially, you can get a whole tour list that can tend to wrap you up. Okay. But a lot of people came in and left.
Oh,
but
right.
I have survived it for 27, 28 years now.
Yeah.
And so it's difficult to advise somebody what you should do. But I believe that we all have passion for something.
Yeah. So you have to be passionate
and
be able to keep going.
I say the 3 P's. You must be prayerful, you must be passionate, and persevering in everything you want to do. Because we all can do one thing. And if I advise you do building and you have no interest, you can't.
Yeah, you can't. You won't keep going because the little things will annoy you. And then
a lot of it. And you can imagine artisans and everywhere. And I remember my son was telling me that, Mommy, next time you come into this world and you want to do business, please do something, an IT or something. Why do you always take tedious businesses?
Oh, yeah. But you must enjoy the journey.
But I enjoy being with the workers. I enjoy helping them. I enjoy seeing things turn around, adding value to things. I don't believe in just, you know, I was selling a lot. I was doing big trading. I mean, everything. I was doing importation, I was doing export at the same time, and then all that. I've done them.
So much.
So much, you know, sometimes when I get to Makola, I remember I sew toffees, I sew biscuits. I pass here, I've sewn this. I pass here, children's wear, bed sheets, and all that, you know. I've done a lot. So you can't get me lost in Makola. I know every side. I've sewn shoes and slippers before. As for the textile side, I think I'm in control. So you know, I've done quite a lot.
There's so in Ghana especially, there's so many women entrepreneurs.
Yes.
In comparison to other countries around the world.
It looks like.
I wonder what it is about Ghanaian women, you know, that gives them that entrepreneurial skill.
You know, I said it to somebody. I was in Mali when I said I was the MD of Rose Aluminium. They know the product in Mali, but they couldn't put a woman's face to that business. And because of that, they wanted to reject it. A woman is the owner or manufacturer of Rose Aluminium. I mean, they looked at me as I'm looking at you in a very funny way, you know. And the following day, we have to go back and change what we said. And I said, oh, I'm the marketing woman, and this. That is when they felt comfortable. And one of them said, no, here women don't do anything. They have to be at because the shops are even owned by men.
Okay.
While in Ghana, the big shops are women. There are few men backing us. But as you said, about 80% are women in the market, you know. So I think the time that I was a little girl then, when Dr. Buzia drove away the Nigerians, the foreigners, but I understand it was the majority were Nigerians, and most women decided to go into the market area.
Oh, I see.
You understand? So they were pushed into the market. You see, Ghanaian men, I don't know, but I think that the British training made our men to go into the offices and stay in the office.
And not think further than
and
a job.
No, you have
employed.
to be a gentleman with a tie, or at least be a teacher or something, you know. I can foresee that. I might be wrong, but that is what I see, because even getting men to do business in Ghana, it's like, no, it's not the right thing. Are you getting it? Most men are not interested in doing that. So I was very happy when my son decided that he wants to do business. You'll be surprised. It goes back with, he tried to sell his Kit Kat when he was in class 3 or class 4.
Maybe he got that from you.
I think the spirit entered him. Yeah. I think when I was pregnant with him, I was all over the place. So I think that he was infused with that.
He had no choice. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sitting down with me today.
Oh, Vanessa, I'm also grateful.
Oh, thanks.
Yes. As for me, if you allow me, I'll speak the whole day, because there's so much I can tell you. And to encourage others out there, because, you know, in life, sometimes it's good to hear. Yeah. And sometimes I say it's not only the books, there must be practical things. And I'm sure when you went through the houses, you've seen what I've been able to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's incredible, these houses that you've built.
Yes, my boys will help me put it there. But I mean, you have to bring the mind out to say, let's do this, let's do that, and you know.
Yeah, no, I'm really inspired by everything you've done.
Thank you, my dear.
Over the years, and I've loved seeing your houses here. So
yes,
thanks.
and there'll be more beautiful ones.
Yeah.
The place is going to come up very well when it's done, when it is finished. I believe it will. It's going to have a #1 name.
I'll be back. Once all the properties are finished, I'll come back and we'll see everything.
You have to come again, and
definitely.
again and again.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are interested in any of these properties, please do go into the description below and check out Cecil Global, who can help you with the process. And please do not forget to hit that subscribe button on my channel. Thanks so much. See you later. Bye.